KALB. This is a First Alert forecast.
Well, welcome back. Right now, First Alert radar completely clear, and this is likely how we'll see the radar continue to look overnight tonight. Expecting mostly clear skies, a few passing clouds maybe, but I do want to take you back to earlier this evening out in Oakdale. Again, I made note a little earlier that we just had that heavy rain sitting over northeastern Allen Parish. That brought 2 to 3 inches of rain there in a very short amount of time. Here's a video from Morgan Willis. Again, this is the Oakdale area. You can see all of the ponding there in her yard and out on the street nearby. Pretty incredible footage. Thank you very much, Morgan, for sending this in for us to share. I'll also put that on social media in case you'd like to look at it a little bit later. For now, here we have Major Hurricane Gabrielle. Didn't have a lot of time to talk about the tropics. Of course, while Gabrielle is a very strong and intense hurricane, it is moving away from the continental United States, so not too concerned about that one. There are 2 other waves being highlighted by the Hurricane Center. This one here, highlighted in red, has a high chance of becoming organized within the next week, a medium chance of becoming an organized tropical system within the next 48 hours. Then the one to the west of that, indicated by this orange X, has a medium chance of becoming organized within the next week and a low chance, about 10%, of becoming organized within the next 48 hours. With that said, this one in orange, I'll be watching closely for the East Coast just because it's a lot closer there, but it will steer clear of us here along the Gulf Coast. Your Tuesday forecast for us, pretty much copy and paste compared to today. We're back in the 90s for highs. We've got these isolated storms returning as early as late morning, early afternoon tomorrow, and continuing into the evening hours as well. You can see that by dinner time, a little after that, we do start to see that rain begin to fizzle out. But we're not done with the rain just yet. I want to give you the first alert as our next weather maker moves through heading into Wednesday. Behind those storms on Wednesday will be a cold front that moves through. That will drop our temperatures to the 80s for a couple of days. We keep rain chances around on Thursday. Things are a lot drier by the weekend, but on Wednesday specifically, we do have a low-end severe weather threat. In fact, it covers most of the state there in dark green, but I'll go ahead and zoom in here locally for us. Everyone is under a marginal risk for severe weather. That's a level 1 out of 5 on the severity scale. And if we see some strong to severe storms, damaging winds will be the primary concern. But I do want to emphasize, not everyone will see strong or severe storms out of this on Wednesday. So for the Arklatex on Wednesday, overnight, Tuesday into Wednesday, they get an early start to these storms. You'll notice those near I-20, really in between I-20 and I-30, around 1 to 2 a.m. So that's pretty early. They don't make it our way until closer to 8 to 9. And Futurecast shows that this main line might not hold together, but rather some of these isolated to scattered storms out ahead of what would be that main line may take some energy out, which would be a best case scenario for us. Of course, we still have hit and miss storms as we go throughout the afternoon and into the evening hours. By 6 to 7 o'clock, though, we're pretty much done with the rainfall. That cold front and drier air will be moving through. When it comes to rainfall totals between now and Thursday, we're looking at anywhere between ½ an inch to 2 inches of rain widespread with some locally higher and lower amounts. As far as our temperatures, we go from the 90s on Wednesday to the mid 80s on Thursday. We keep it in the mid 80s till next week, and then we're back into the upper 80s and lower 90s. Low temperatures also looking very nice, especially heading into the weekend. We start Saturday and Sunday morning off in the low 60s, back to the mid 60s though by Monday morning. Of course, not only do we have the cooler temperatures, we have the drier air. Humidity is at its lowest Saturday and Sunday morning, so might be worth getting up a little earlier Saturday and Sunday morning to soak up that nice and cool weather outside. In the meantime, though, it's nice out there, but warm. Temperatures overnight tonight will be bottoming out in the lower 70s across the board. We'll go ahead and get a quick check there of your First Alert 7 and 10 day forecast. Again, the big changes temperature-wise arrive on Thursday. Before that, keep that umbrella handy. You'll need it Tuesday through Thursday. Things looking a lot drier heading into next week, but temperatures will be back in the 90s.
Yeah, and this is the first day of fall, and it looks like Wednesday's the big day.
Yes, glad that we're finally going to see some cooler temperatures right around the time the fall starts because it has been pretty warm out there.
Yeah, temperature in the 80s the rest of the week. Thank you, Jake. Well, Jimmy Kimmel